On this job, I'm installing a gravel path. Um, any guesses what this place used to be? I'll give you a clue. Blenheim, mosquitoes. This sort of job isn't the sort of job I like doing. Quite capable of doing them, just don't like doing them. Getting a bit old for it, to be honest with you. But it's what pays the bills in the winter. And you have to sort of diversify a little bit, I suppose you'd call it. This one, it was a little bit awkward to film, so it's sort of, you'll see stages of it rather than sort of start to finish. And you're probably mostly right, it's an old RAF base. Right, at this point, I've marked out where I've got to go, and I've stripped quite a bit of turf off already. All this has to be dug out as well, but I've got to put a curve in it, joys, and there's roughly marked out. I wanted to get, I did take a certain amount of soil out, but then I wanted to get the gravel boards in so I can actually get more of an accurate guide to how much soil I actually had to take out. The ground here was horrible to dig. It had about inch and a half of topsoil, and then it was nothing but gravel, flint, and it was massive great stones. It was an absolute nightmare to dig out. And like I say, I'm getting a bit old for this job. But in total, I take 6 inches out all the way through. In total, it was 18 metres long, and the path was 30 inches wide. And then there's this bit on the end here. And there's my old Barracam. All the soil was actually put at the end of the garden here, as the lady wanted a sort of bit of a feature, sort of a banking. So here it is. And there it is all roughly dug out, and then I sort of dug a good depth where I wanted to put the edging in. I actually used 6-inch gravel boards, pressure treated. And there's the curve I had to put in. And here's one of the boards, and this is how I bent them. I put slits in about 2/3 of the way through the board. As you see, I put 3 in together, about 1.5 inches apart, trying to avoid the knots. That's where it's going to break. And just bend very gently. I actually put the main post to hold the boards is actually the lawn side, but I did put some pegs this side just to give them support, a bit more support, and it didn't come out too bad. None of them broke, which I was quite pleased with because it took me quite a long while to cut all them slots in. Unfortunately, the garden sort of slopes, comes down to this corner, and the ground is very uneven. So I've got to go back some point and put some topsoil and reseed all the way up to that gravel board. And there you can see the curve. But them little pegs I actually put between the posts the other side, just to help give it more support. And all the edgings all the way along there. Alright, this is the sub base I put in, membrane underneath, and rammed down. 3 inches of this I put in, which was, I think it's 3 tons, yeah, 3 bags, which didn't mind barring it, but it's a bugger to get your spade in or shovel in when you want to get it out the bags. It's such dead stuff. And then it was membrane down again and gravel, and luckily this bit's so straight, obviously I could just run the membrane straight out, and that is all done. Them bits of wood are actually marking out where I've got to dig a flower bed for now. But I was quite pleased with it. It came out quite nice. I actually dug a small sump right in that corner, and there's loads of bits of brick and stuff come up, which I filled up with that. As I said earlier, the whole garden runs to this corner, so if you have any massive downpours, you'll be in trouble. And this is a bit of banking she wanted done, as well as the soil I took out, which is all that. There was another 2, 3, 4 metres in the corner, which had been dug out and dumped when she had a patio done. So I sort of well, she asked me to put it all together and make something of it. So I actually did it as a sort of a kidney shape. Wasn't really sure what else you could do with it, to be honest with you. I think in total, it must have been about 6 or 7 tons of soil I moved. And then there's 2 tons of gravel on there and say 3 tons of hogging. And there's the flower bed. The shape was her idea. If it was me, I'd have done sort of 2 circles merging in, I think. But it's the customer's always right. It was a good job in respect. We had loads of sunshine on this, which was nice. But as I said, I'm getting a bit old for this sort of donkey work. Shovels and barrows don't go well when you start to get a bit older. But I was quite pleased with it. And there's the bank in it. Sort of done it 3 heights. It's about 4 foot at the highest point. I think she's planning to put some ivy or something over it. I did say perhaps some campanula would be quite nice. Help stabilise it as well. And thank you for watching, and hope it was of interest. Thank you.